When I was little, about 5, I used to pour all my free time into my game, Ty the Tasmanian Tiger. I loved it, even when I died repeatedly. But after playing it for about a year, I noticed something odd. When I couldn't progress any further, Ty ran slower and slower as the days went on. After I threw his boomerang into the talisman machine, due to me needing 7 more thunder eggs that I could not collect, the game showed a cutscene. It showed a broken boomerang lying on the ground. Ty slowly walked to it, then fell to his knees. White letters appeared on the screen as Ty picked up the broken boomerang. You broke my, was all I could read before the power went out. After 3 weeks of vivid nightmares, my mom took away my GameCube and hid it. I eventually found it on my 15th birthday, while forced to clean my closet. I instantly felt nostalgic and plugged it in right away. I then started a new game. I was surprised to hear Maury say, "Glad to have you back, Ty," instead of, "Welcome to Rainbow Cliffs, mate." I dismissed it and carried on. I carelessly lost nearly all of my lives, at all the time. After needing just one more ice thunder egg that I couldn't get to save my life, I threw my boomerang at Julius by the talisman machine. Instead of making a surprised noise, he said, "Now Ty, you'll break your boomerang, stop." I was dumbfounded, and it took me a while to snap my jaw shut. I told myself that it was a mere coincidence, perhaps an Easter egg, and it had nothing to do with my childhood. I played Ty the Tasmanian Tiger for a week, and then noticed that Ty seemed to slump his shoulders the more I played. "I just want to progress. Let me progress, Ty," I yelled at the screen. Ty stopped sliding on the snow and climbed a cliff that you can only get to if you jump on other cliffs. Ty then slumped his shoulders and twirled his boomerangs around. After a half hour of failure, I exited the level and proceeded to hit the talisman machine repeatedly to ease my anger. Eventually, the screen cut to a similar scene to the one I saw when I was a child. Ty's broken boomerang, him walking to it, picking it up slowly, and the same text appearing. You broke my..." The cutscene continued. "Why? Why did you break my boomerang?" Ty turned his head towards the camera. "You broke my boomerang." His eyes were full of sadness, and I saw 2 blue beads of tears at the corners of his eyes. "Why did you do this to me? Why do you always do this to me?" My hands trembled as I mashed the A button, but to no avail. "You're not skipping this. You were lucky when you were a kid, but now you're stuck." I felt hot tears streaming down my cheeks. Ty looked like he was in pain. His voice shook, tears fell from his eyes, and his hands trembled with mine. "All I did was fall. I just fell while playing. Then I was turned into your little play toy puppet. It hurts." He held up his broken boomerang. "This is all I had left of them, and you broke it. It's bad enough Boss Cass ripped them away from me, and then you just..." By this time I was crying my eyes out. But just behind Ty was the shadowy figure of Sly. I managed to choke out, "Ty! Sly!" He looked up at me as if he could hear me. "What?" he asked. But I couldn't warn him fast enough. Sly had a stick. He whacked Ty right where his neck met his shoulders. I heard a loud, sickening crack as Ty fell into a lifeless heap. Sly looked at me and smiled. "He'll be with them again, don't worry." He kicked at the broken boomerang. "Maybe not. You broke his boomerang after all." Then it all faded to black as a portal exactly like the one that swallowed up the other Tasmanian tigers in the first cutscene. I sat there with the black screen for so long, just wondering what I had just witnessed. What did Ty mean by them? After the screen came back, I threw down the controller and climbed on my bed, almost hissing at the TV. On the screen was what seemed like a drawn picture with the game's graphical coloring. It showed Ty falling into the dreaming, his broken boomerang falling with him, while Sly was walking away, almost sad. Then I remembered that Sly was Ty's older brother. He probably felt a connection, or something. Tears came to my face as I unplugged both my TV and my GameCube. I took pictures of the game, memory card, and console to sell on eBay. I renamed the game so people would buy it, but I can't remember what I called it. After a week, I sold the game and the card together, but kept the console. I bought a new game and memory card from my local game shop. I started it up, and right when I started, I made Ty face me and said, "I love you, Ty," and hugged my GameCube and my TV. Now I'm a 15-year-old teen, hugging an out-of-date GameCube, playing an out-of-date game while taking forever to beat it just so I won't hurt Ty, but I couldn't be happier. I still see Ty look back at me with a smile, as if he was with me all the way. Now if he gets hurt, instead of yelling at him, I tell him that I'm sorry and kiss the GameCube. He seems to respond by looking back, smiling. I'll never throw Ty's boomerang to the talisman machine again.